It's the kind of love that is willing to pay a personal price so that others are blessed. In particular, those who we're closest to, our family. And there's two specific ways that men and dads can love those who've been placed in our care. It's to protect them and to provide for them, right? So to provide for, it means this. It's to supply adequate resources to meet another's needs. And one of the key words there is needs. Because it's not a good dad's job to make sure that his kids have the newest Switch 2 or the latest iPhone or designer clothes or whatever, but like it is their job to make sure that they're taking care for their needs. Now, I get there's all kinds of scenarios. I'm not saying mom can't work more or earn more or any number of things, but here's what I am saying. See, responsibility is this. If something happened to mom, if mom couldn't work, if whatever, then dad says, I'm here, I got you, okay? I can take care of this. 1 Timothy 5:8 says, anyone who does not provide for their relatives, and especially their own household, has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. It's like, at least an unbeliever is like, well, I don't believe, and therefore I'm not held to a standard. But a believer, somebody who says they trust in Jesus, but refuse to even care for their own family, oh man, that's bad news, kind of thing. And that's what the Apostle Paul is describing there. So provision, it might require, even practically setting a budget, a second job, I don't know, making wise financial decisions, all these kinds of things. Your kids don't need a $500 Little League bat, okay? Which I looked up. It's the best one. It's the 2026 Easton. It's called the Dub. Anyway, really nice, beautiful bat. But they don't need that bat, And sometimes we feel like a failure if we can't give our kids or family the best. It's like, no, we need to get over that. But it's just providing adequately for their needs. And then the other one is to protect, which means this. It's to ensure another's safety and well-being. And that's our job. Dads, you have a moral obligation, a calling on your life to protect your family, your kids, okay? Your wife, obviously, but also your kids as well. This is who you are. It's wired into you, I believe. If you don't do this, you will be frustrated, and you know it's in you. Now, you can't always protect your kids. Sometimes we're not with our kids. Sometimes crazy accidents happen. Sometimes who knows what, right? But I'm just saying, like, a good dad is like scanning the room, Like I remember when my kids were born, and the nurse takes little Nathan, takes little Elizabeth, and like all of a sudden, I'm locked in on them. I'm like, I know they've carried 10,000 babies before, but they don't have just another baby. They have mine. Now it's not ownership, it's stewardship. Okay, whatever. But it's like, that's my baby. So like, where's the pillow? Can't you, put them in a bubble, like protect them, like care for them, like you're just like whatever. And there's this instinct in us to really protect. I don't know if you've heard about the nonprofit organization. It's called BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse. And their mission is to keep kids safe. Their motto is, no child deserves to live in fear. Who agrees with that motto? No child deserves to live in fear. Yes, BACA. It's so cool. Anyway, these organizers get these burly bikers together. They form basically a pact with kids who have been abused or are being abused, and they'll exchange numbers with these kids and introduce them and just ensure, like, hey, dude, I've got your back. Some of these kids later literally will take one of their biker, BACA people, and they'll like pin it up on their bedroom wall or put it in their locker or whatever. It's like kind of as if to remind them, like, I'm going to be safe. Somebody else can't protect me, but biker dude, he can protect me. And if you mess with me, you mess with him. Like it's that kind of thing. And so they'll do all these things, and they'll take, a photo with the kids and just really care for them, right? And like, whenever you feel threatened, you just reach out to me. Here's my number, here's my whatever, And then if that is not enough to discourage the abuse, if it's an ongoing abuse situation, they will literally start physically showing up. Like, just kind of like, Oh, I'm just walking down the street. I don't recognize you. Yeah, I know. I'm new to the area. I'm just like walking by the home, walking by the playground where they're bullied by some teacher or something. Who knows what, right? And they take these, I like what they call them. They call them awareness rides, and, just to demonstrate that, hey, I'm present, and if there's anything suspicious, they'll like call law enforcement, and it's like this cool thing. Well, sometimes these kids, of course, tragically, because the abuse is terrible and whatever, they end up in court. And guess what these Baka bikers do? They show up in court. And they sit there, right? Yeah. They sit there and they just like ensure the kids, you are safe. We got you. Now, I love that illustration. It's like, it's not even their dads, but they're these bikers, these big tough guys that are like, hey, we want to make sure kids are safe. Dads, it's in you. And I know it's in you, and that's part of your job description, to protect your kids. To the fathers who provide for, who protect your kids, we celebrate you today. And then the last quick thought is a good dad promotes flourishing. A dad just wants the best for their kids, right? Just like a mom. A dad wants their kids to I just remember so many times, when our kids were like playing sports, and those of you who have had kids playing sports, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't care so much that they get a hit in the baseball game or score a basket, but you care for them because you know that if they achieve success, there'll be something that happens in them like, oh, I can do it. They'll gain a little bit of confidence. Conversely, when they miss all their shots, when they strike out every time, you just see this little spirit just start to become small. Do you guys know what I'm talking about, right? And it's just crushing on a parent, right? Well, dads, good dads, you want to do whatever you can so that your kids will flourish in life. And I'm not even I'm talking about a career or hitting a baseball or a softball or kicking the ball into the goal or playing the piano or whatever it is, right? I'm talking about a life that would honor God. I'm talking about a life that would please God. Ephesians 6:4 says, fathers, dads, do not exasperate your children. Don't be overbearing. Don't be a button pusher. Don't pick a fight. Don't be overcorrecting. Don't be perfectionistic. Don't provoke your children. Instead, raise them. Bring them up. It means literally to develop in character. Bring them up. How? In the training and instruction of the Lord. In godliness. Good dads know that their primary job is to see that their kids, hopefully one day, will grow up to know and love Jesus.